Good morning, Dallas Drainage Pros. Today's job is a French drain, and I'll just kind of take you through the process and what all it involves. All right, so we've got our 1-inch crushed concrete, and this is what you want to use. There shouldn't be any dust or small pieces. You want as much filtration of water as possible. It's all about rapid percolation of the water. So a key part of a French drain is going to be the non-woven geotextile fabric. You want to use this to prevent the dirt from filtering into the trench, so it keeps a separation between the dirt and the gravel. That gravel, the porous gravel, is what allows for the water to transfer quickly, and that's important when you're trying to get water out of an area. This area collected a lot of water, and with the French drain it's going to flow this direction and keep the side yard dry. So you can see water already starting to fill this trench. That's how much water is sitting between these yards. And we put the gravel in first, creating like about a 3-inch base, and then we put the pipe on top of that. Now the pipe that we're going to be using is a perforated PVC pipe, and I can't emphasize enough the importance of the direction that this pipe is facing. You'll notice that there are holes only on one side of this pipe. So right there it's just solid pipe, and then if you turn it over you can see these the row of holes there. And so the holes are supposed to be facing down, and the reason for that is because water actually falls into the trench first and then percolates up through the gravel and will absorb through the holes in an upward direction, which will then allow it to flow down the pipe. So remember, the holes face down whenever you're installing a PVC French drain. Right now we are checking to make sure our level is right. Got to make sure there's going to be water flow. Good to go. Okay, so I'd like to note here that this pipe is sitting higher in this trench than, say, normal. The main thing here is that it has proper fall, and so this pipe had to be set higher in order to maintain that for the slope. The main thing is that it is surrounded by rock on the bottom side, allowing the water to flow up into the pipe, and then it'll flow down. You're allowed to position the pipe within your French drain higher or lower depending on your fall needs, but the main thing is that you make sure you maintain your proper fall. We are coming along nicely. Got most of that dirt removed, hauled up in the trailer, and I'd like to point out that, as always with a French drain, you want to make sure that your fabric covers completely in a circle, that there's nothing left exposed. We've got some gravel thrown up on top, but beneath that the fabric connects and ties together to make a complete sock. So you hear me talk a lot about always scoping a line before you tie into it, and I will show you why. Initially, when we started this project, this outlet was assumed to be the main outlet for both houses. And so when we found a main line discharge in this direction, we were going to tie into it. But we decided to scope that line and check to make sure it was actually coming this direction. And what we found was that it was actually going there. Now, we didn't even know that existed. It was covered up by grass and wouldn't have made a very good discharge point for our French drain. So knowing that, we're actually going to come back through here and core drill a secondary hole, a second hole through the curb, and discharge that pipe directly out like it should be. So you just never know when you get into one of these jobs what kind of dirt you're going to find. And this right here is probably the worst. We call it chicle, gum. And it is a mess. It does not want to budge. It sticks to your shovel and just makes for a heck of a job. So, you know, it's hard to account for those things until you get into it. All right, so this is our finished gravel pad. A nice French drain sitting underneath this. This is going to withstand a lot of water. Beautiful.